In this series, I run down the weirdest or most interesting races happening in official racing in iRacing each week. Here's the last 4 weeks of 2025 Season 2. First up, in week 9, we have a Production Car Challenge at Long Beach. Production Car Challenge is crazy at pretty much any racetrack anyway, but we're at a street circuit, Long Beach, so there are walls everywhere, it's tighter, and you still got these 4 classes trying to coexist on the same track with very similar speeds. It's dangerous, the hairpin's going to be a mess, I think it's going to be a laugh, definitely one to check out if you want some chaos. Next up in week 9 is the IndyCar Open and Fixed Sprint at the Daytona Road Course, which is quite an interesting track for IndyCar. I think not a common one. The transition from the banking might make braking for turn 1 in particular a little bit interesting in that car. I'm not sure how well it takes the transition, but also there's the high banks and straights of Daytona, so fuel saving might be quite effective, but I expect lots of battles into the bus stop and into turn 1. Could be a chaotic race. Next up in week 10 is the NASCAR Gen 4 Cup car at Bristol Dirt. I'm not sure the Gen 4 car has ever raced on dirt, correct me if I'm wrong. ARCA has in the past but hasn't for some time now, so this is quite a rare opportunity. We don't really get stock cars on dirt like this very often, and the Gen 4 is going to be replaced at the end of the season, so this might be one of the last chances to race stock cars on dirt for quite some time. And of course it's a Gen 4, it's got a lot of power, it's going to be a very interesting race. I'm not sure I have any tips for dirt oval racing in a car like this, but I will say that you can change tires in this race. It's the same tire limit that the regular series has, so unlike proper dirt racing, you will be able to change tires. It may be important to do so at the right time. This race is 100 laps, so fairly long really, I think, and yeah, it should be very, very interesting. Also in week 10, we have Formula A and the iRacing Grand Prix Tour at Long Beach. This is their replacement for Monaco, and it's quite intense racing the Mercedes W13 around Long Beach. It handles surprisingly well around there, I will say. If you're off put by this car thinking it handles badly or it's porpoising, it's really not that bad even at Long Beach. And Formula A will struggle to go official, but the Grand Prix Tour, which is limited to slots on Thursday through Saturday, which is the full-length series, that goes official in every slot, even at Long Beach. So check that out if you want a really intense race and want to try the Formula 1 car in iRacing. Probably not the best place to drive it for the first time, I will say that, but it's a great replacement for Monaco and a lot of fun. Next up, we have the NASCAR Modified Tour at Slinger. This is now in week 11 of the season. This isn't really that weird of a combo, but expect a chaotic race here. Slinger, like I mentioned in a previous video for the super late models, it's got very high banking, but it's a very short track. The cars can carry a lot of speed. There's gonna be some sends. I actually got out of the super late model race with a 0x somehow, but there was chaos, there was incident, and it's a bit of a bull ring that place, so this will be a lot of fun. Also in week 11, we have the Silver Crown at Watkins Glen. The Silver Crown is an oval car at B license, and I've not seen it go to a road course myself. I don't know how often it does, but this week it will be at Watkins Glen. And this series doesn't go official very often at all. I think maybe only once a week. That's at 9:45 Eastern time. That's the slot that the community get together for, at least. So that will be your best bet for Watkins Glen if they still want to do this car when it's at a road course. If you do manage to get this combo in, you'll be one of the only iRacers to have done it, so it's a very niche series and a niche combo here if you're able to catch it. Also in week 11 in Ringmeister, we have the RUF RT 12R rear-wheel drive. Now, this car is a package of 4 cars. Unfortunately, it's not legacy pricing, so if you don't own it, it's full price still. But you do get 4 different versions of this roof, but none of them are used in official races, other than this particular week, where this one version of it will be in Ringmeister. And I drove it a few laps for this video because it's not AI enabled, and it's actually really fun. It's obviously a road car, very much so you don't have much downforce. It takes the jumps very high if you don't slow down for them, and it's quite fun actually. I'm kind of looking forward to trying this in Ringmeister. I'll have to find time to give it a race. So something very different, racing in road cars, even production car challenge. Those are kind of race cars now, really. The Clio might be the closest to a proper road car, but even that's a race car, really. This is really a road car. And if you want to race that in iRacing, on a very rare occasion to do so, Ringmeister in week 11 is your shot. In week 12, we have the F4 Asia Pacific Series at Suzuka West with Chicane. Suzuka West always feels like the less popular of the two shorter Suzuka layouts. Suzuka East, I feel like everyone knows fairly well. Like, it was used a lot in Gran Turismo, and Suzuka West never got that sort of love because it's kind of worse in a weird way. And this is not only Suzuka West, it's Suzuka West with Chicane. Have you ever noticed that little bit of extra track that I think is used for motorcycles to the right as you exit the hairpin at Suzuka? Well, these F4 cars are using that. Why? I don't know. But this is a particular layout that will be very rarely used in iRacing. So F4 Asia Pacific in week 12 is your chance to race this layout. Who knows when we'll see it again. That's everything for 2025 Season 2. I will see you at week 13, where I will run down the first 4 weeks of Season 3 for you. I'll catch you later.